Hi, my name is Austin Pace, and this is my video service learning assignment for Health 635. To start with, I want to talk a little bit about the event that I chose for my service learning opportunity. I chose the Irmo Okra, which is a long-standing community festival that lasts 2 days. As the name suggests, it centers around okra. It's a mainstay for the event. So what all does it entail? There is a festival grounds with live entertainment as well as numerous vendors, food, rides, etc. And there's also a parade that drives most of the way through the town. All different areas that require a significant number of volunteers to ensure it runs smoothly and fluidly. So to talk a little bit about specifically what I did, I worked 2 sessions. The first session was on Friday, the first day of the festival, so primarily just the event portion with the rides, the booths, entertainment, etc. And then the second day was on Saturday morning during and following the parade at the festival grounds there. So I started working in the parking area, helping guests find where to park, issuing them their parking passes, generally providing direction. A number of them often got lost or weren't sure how things were working and needed some guidance there. Later on in the evening, I was reassigned to try to count the number of guests that had attended. So that involved walking around different areas of the park, and for 5 minutes taking a survey, basically clicking off the number of people I encountered in that particular area of the park and repeating this 5 different times throughout the festival grounds there. And then the last thing I did was I got reassigned to help with some of the drink fundraising sales for the local high school band. Basically, the band needs money for travel expenses, instruments, etc. So one of the ways they do it is selling drinks at the Okra Strut. So I was helping with that, stocking the coolers, making some sales, things like that on day 1. Day 2, I was primarily assigned to helping with parking, kind of same as the day before, just providing those directions, helping people park, issuing their passes. Got reassigned to helping with some of the setup for a concert later in the day for one of the headline performers. And then following that, got assigned to help with taking care of any litter, things like that were left around the park. So all in all, it was a little bit of a varied experience, but definitely gave me a new appreciation for volunteering and those that do volunteer. So talking a little bit about my team, there were 3 main individuals I worked with, Mike, John, and Ben. So both Mike and John serve as the commissioners out of, I think there's 6 or 7 commissioners for the event total. And there are 2 of them for the event. So basically they work to plan, coordinate all the different things for the event up to it occurring that following year. Mike serves as the volunteer coordinator, and John serves as dealing with more of the logistics as well as coordinating the vendors that are there as well. So when I first got there, I reported to Mike, and he kind of provided me some instruction and some general information about what I would be doing, how to do it, etc. I worked with him for those 2 days and got to learn a little bit more about his background, which he owns his own business in deals in information technology, cybersecurity. John works in insurance sales and has a long history of doing volunteering opportunities like this one. Apparently, he and his family usually do multiple events every year, volunteering and helping coordination and all that. Ben actually is a local high school robotics teacher, and again, kind of the same sort of background with volunteering, volunteers with multiple events each year, helps a lot with the high school band, helping coordinate some of those events and competitions that they have as well. So very much a different background among all these folks, but I want to talk a little bit about the competencies that we got from this assignment. Um, as far as the public health competency of data analytics and assessment, um, having to get these counts of guests attending were critically important. It provides a wealth of information for the planning process of the event the following year, not just including what kind of space is needed, the parking situation, how many restrooms, portable restrooms are needed, what sort of security might be needed, are there enough resources available to cover the park? Just so many different things that gathered. Just that highlighted how important it was. But attending these events over there is just not something you think about until you're the one actually responsible for it. Another area was communication. Obviously, this competency goes without saying is critical for any sort of large event like this. Communicating with the other members of the parking team was integral to making sure people got moved through, knew where they were going, and were able to go and enjoy the event as quickly as possible. Leadership, another significant competency that I saw during this experience. Mike having to coordinate, several hundred volunteers over the 2 days, making sure that things got done, nothing was missed, everyone was on task. Definitely a huge undertaking, especially when you're dealing with a wide range of volunteer ages from, high school age all the way to, adult age. And then lastly, just the community partnership aspect. This event couldn't happen without a number of community partners coming together, both from a sense of in-kind donation, financial donation, willingness to communicate, work together, just so many different things between the transportation, shuttling people to and from parking, the, security and traffic control from law enforcement, the use of the parks by aging and recreation, just so many different aspects that require that coordination. So overall, I can't say that enough about how much I learned about how these different competencies come together for just a regular event, but also can be applied towards public health in so many different ways that I don't always think about, but this was very much an eye-opening experience.